basic mods to get your Impala going. This could be you just bought your Impala, or this could be you're on the fence and you need some guidance to figure out what parts you want to do for your Impala. So I'm going to break it down into 4 or 5 sections. We're going to have exterior, interior, motor. We're also going to have suspension / brakes. And take notes. First section we're going to cover is going to be exterior. That's the one that most people are going to want to do anyway. It's going to be a ducktail spoiler from a Caprice, and this is an Australian company that makes it. It will fit on the Impalas with a little bit of modification. We obviously have to drill some extra holes, but it'll work, and it looks better than pretty much any other spoiler you can get. That's the first spoiler. The second one is going to be Bonneville GXP rear spoiler. Now the cool thing about that one is the shape of the Bonneville area where the trunk is pretty similar to the Impala. Not saying it's exact, but it does work. So it's going to be a 3-piece spoiler, and it's only on the GXP. They're going to be a little bit harder to find, but a really cool mod if you want to look different than all the other Impalas. Best mod in the world is the Monte Carlo SS lip for the front bumper. Now you can do the front bumper and the lip, or just the lip. So there's 2 different versions. You're gonna have to find that from a junkyard, eBay, or Facebook. The Stingray hoods, they're a pretty cool mod if you want some extra cooling for your engine, especially if you're gonna go boosted route down the road. They usually run about $750, $760. If you go that route, mesh grills, they run about $70 to $100. So that's another cool thing if you're staying with the Impala front end. If you're going with like the Monte Carlo front end, that's a totally different story. Impalas are similar to the Grand Prix there. Your back window is similar, so you can use the Spoiler King's rear window spoiler. So it's gonna be a rubber spoiler that uses like double-sided tape. I have it on my Grand Prix. I like it. I usually recommend it to the Monte Carlo guys, and they use it a lot too. Impala guys, get on board. It works for you guys too, and it's a cool upgrade if you want to look different. For the interior section of Impalas, nobody likes the wood grain for these cars. They're old grandma and grandpa look. You're gonna have to do some hunting. This is gonna be mostly a junkyard or eBay thing. Is the silver trim, which is usually gonna be on the SS's. It looks way better, cleaner look. Or go buy all the trim in the wood grain, do some paint and primer, and do that, so you have a second set while you still have your original stuff in the car. So if you make a mistake, you aren't destroying your original trim. You can go that route too. So now for brakes, you can go 2 routes. One is the police package rotors from a 2012 Impala, or you can go with the 2004 to 2008 GXP rotor. So the difference is the police package will be a solid rotor versus the GXP will be drilled. So depending on what fits your budget and what works, that'll be what you go with. Now to add on top of that, you need a 2013 to 2019 Cadillac ATS or CTS brake caliper. And then most of the time, because of fitment, you are going to need a spacer. ZZP sells that spacer. Hub centric, which will fit perfect for that and clear most anything you're going to run wheel-wise with that brake caliper. So now we're covering suspension. First thing, like right off the rip, it's going to be about $150 from ZZP. It's going to be the rear sway bar, the biggest one they got. First, this should be like the first thing on your list automatically, like no questions asked. I did it to my Grand Prix. I wish I would have did it sooner. Handling is amazing, especially at high speeds. And I know Impala guys like to drive faster than most of the other W bodies, so something to think about. Now obviously the next one, suspension wise, would be coilovers. I wouldn't really recommend the ZZP ones. I think they're the quality is not as good as it should be. I'd recommend the Rev 9. They're cheaper and they're better quality made, and they can lower your car. How low you want to go will depend on the coilovers. So those are the two things. Obviously the coilovers are going to vary from roughly like $500 to $1,300 depending on where you buy them from, or if you buy them used from like Marketplace or eBay, or you buy them brand new. So that the two suspension mods are the best for the Impala. Now you can go with one while you're doing those two mods. You can, it's kind of an optional thing, is the BMR trailing arms. All it does is make the rear suspension more adjustable, and it goes with, instead of rubber bushings, it goes with the polyurethane. So it's not really needed, but if you want that extra adjustability because you're going to lower the car, it runs about $740. So that's something you can think about if you want to do it. It's not necessarily needed, but it's a cool thing for bragging rights, and all your other suspension is going to be tubular of some sort, so why not? Now lastly, let's cover the most important thing that you guys want to do is performance, which would be engine mods. So let's cover that and then finish up this video. So one of the first engine mods you can do is a cold air intake. It's not really going to do anything. It's really more for looks. It will give you a little bit of extra sound when you give it throttle. So it's up to you if you want to spend the money on it. You can do a homemade one for under 50 bucks if you just do a tube and a filter. You can get all that from eBay or your local parts store. If you want to look fancy, you can get the ZZP version. We can go with the cold air induction version. So if you want extra power and you want to make your Impala fun and double the power or even triple it, the two options that are available right now is a homemade turbo kit, and in my head you're right about $2,000, $2,500 if you do it that way, or comment below Navi kit and what engine you have. And if I get enough people that are interested, I might start deciding to make a mock-up and eventually start selling the Navi kits for the newer Impalas and the newer W-body engines other than the 3800. So I'm running the process of making it for the 3800s, but if I have enough people that are interested, your car might be next. So comment below and we'll go from there. So I did make it easy for you guys. A lot of this stuff is going to be found in the description section of this video. Now it will direct you to either the eBay links for the parts that are described, or directly to the websites that I found this stuff for you guys. So if you click the links in the description for the eBay ones, every link that you use and buy stuff from, it helps me while it also helps you. So if you decide you need something, even if it's not car related, click the links before you buy and help me out so you can see more reviews, parts, or just any videos in general. And then also, if this video was helpful and informative, like the video. And if you want to follow along on the progress of some of the builds we're doing, or just videos in general, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.